I will be attempting to complete the Eisendrache Easter egg without taking any damage. No zombie hits, no dog hits, no panzer hits. To clarify, I'm allowing damage from being near the keeper boss, as it is impossible to place the Ragnaroks down without taking some damage. I will also be allowing damage from the keeper's skull attack, as it is unavoidable. They will munch you no matter what. I will also be attempting to complete this challenge in under 32 minutes, that way I don't play too safe, and will still be doing fast strats throughout the Easter egg. Can I do it? First thing I did, I immediately spammed the gun machine and got nukes, which I used to get 800 points off the bat. Then I ended the round and went to church to fill up the first dragon. I made sure to keep my distance from the zombies and tried not to melee as they could hit back. Then I did the second dragon, which was more tight, but did that no problem. For the third dragon, I chose to turn on the anti-gravity so the zombies would be slower and also grab the shield part. Once done, I grabbed my bow and went to get the lightning arrow. It was important that I got these bow shots as quick as I could, before zombies would spawn in and block the window. I got clock tower first shot, rocket first shot, and after 2 attempts got the faraway bonfire with my third shot, just narrowly avoiding the zombies on the way out. Then I rode the wall, scared that I would get slapped by a jumping zombies on the way, but luckily did not. Then I teleported to rocket to fill my first urn. I grabbed anywhere but here so I could use it once I finished there. It teleported me to the church, and I decided to jump over to the double tap urn and do that one second. It is a small room, so there was a lot of close calls, such as when I went to shoot the arrow but a zombie spawned in, so I had to jump instead and shoot the other bonfire. Once I finished the third urn, I shot the last arrow while the round was transitioning, so there was no zombies to hit me. I turned on the death ray to make sure no dogs got near me, as they were very fast and could easily get a hit and end the challenge, so I played it safe. Then I was onto one of the more scary steps, which is filling the box with 20 zombie souls without getting hit. It started off pretty slow as the round started, but got more filled up pretty quickly, so I had to be careful and didn't get snuck up on. Once finished, I had a close call with this zombie before going to start the wisp step. I then used my widow's wine grenades to freeze the zombies in place while I built the shield. Now it was onto the wisp step, which was pretty simple as I had thinned out the round to just a few zombies. Only issue was the doors were quite small, so I had to wait for the zombies to pass through before attempting to go back through myself. Once I teleported and watched Groff do his thing, I was greeted by a panzer and a rocket test. I decided to use the lightning bow to hold him mid-air and have rocket test kill him. I used this time to get the Ragnarok part as well, which was simple as long as I kept my distance from the exploding zombies. So I grabbed the Ragnarok part, then used anywhere but here to exit the area without dealing with the explosive zombies. And as I went to put in the fuses, I found a wisp at power, so I shot that too. Then I put in the code, pretty easy. I put a storm down for protection. Then I went to look for the next wisp, which was at globe. I then dropped down to the vault to pick up the pieces, shot the third wisp on the way up, then I put in the parts and jumped over to rocket to start Simon Says. Doing the Simon Says was pretty terrifying as I couldn't run away from the zombies like I would usually do. So instead I used my widow's wine on one side of the stairs and stormed the other, and any zombies that got past I would kill with my mana war. Rocket test went off too, but luckily I had my anywhere but here. After the first Simon, I was on to the next one, which was easier as I already got the round down to just one zombie. I also found the last wisp at Clock Tower. So after I finished the Simon Says, I called in Dempsey, then jumped and teleported from rocket test to get the tablet. Once I got back, I used my lightning bow to kill the panzer without him getting the chance to touch me and spawn in the keeper. This is where the challenge got tough. During the keeper step, dogs will spawn endlessly until the keeper is done, and dogs run fast, so I had to stay alert and make sure they didn't get near me. I had a close call with a dog on my first keeper, and my heart was beating very fast. The next keeper location was power, which was even more tough as the area was not open. I wasn't going to see the dogs until they were in the room, but I was careful and made sure to listen out for which direction the dog would spawn in. The next location was spawn, which was easier than the previous two, although I had a close call where the zombie horde got pretty close to me before I could spawn in my lightning storm, but other than that was a piece of cake. Finally, I had Mule Kick, which was super difficult as I had not one but two panzers in the tightest room of them all. I killed off the first panzer as it spawned in before swiftly moving on to the second panzer, and miraculously did not get shock charged by either, which was lucky. And just like that, the last keeper was done. After pack punching my MR6s, I realized I didn't get the last Ragnarok part, so I went to turn on the death ray. Normally I would just run through the death ray and get the keeper to the moon, but this is damageless, so I stayed put. I avoided the zombies while the pyramid opened before entering the boss fight, the hardest step of the Easter egg to do damageless. The first phase of the boss fight was not too bad, as it was just some zombies, and the keeper would be doing his weak attacks the whole time. But after shooting his chest came the panzer phase, which is what worried me the most, as they would be spamming shock charges from all directions. A damageless nightmare. I could have done this step with Idolize and a plunger, but I decided to challenge myself, so instead I used raindrops to give myself a death machine and try to kill them before they could even touch me. And this is when I turned into the one. And he's down. He's only gone and done it. I made it to the second damage phase. I was worried about the keeper's dog attacks, as dogs are fast and I'm allergic to any form of damage. But luckily, he didn't do any. And then I was on to the second panzer phase. One extra panzer. That shot was too good even for me. He damaged me. I failed. What a sad day for the community. How will we recover? I got 96% of the way through the Easter egg, and you know what? I can get the 100. I can do it.